You're live.
Last time on the campaign, Orion began tied up to a witch pole that had just been lit, standing in the middle of an elf encampment. Huck puts out the flames under Orion, but the kindling bursts back with a blue flame that fully engulfs the body of Orion. Huckabus ignores the resurgent blue flame and introduces himself to two elves that had been standing guard over the encampment's entrance. In response, Rex is turned into a pincushion by some elven arrows, and she falls over unconscious. Huckabus responds by lighting a bonfire under the two elves. Derek takes an arrow to the face, and as the fire under Orion burns, screeching fills the encampment, and the blue flame swells as Orion is no longer tied to the witch pole. Huckabus begins to bleed out from previous wounds, and Sophie makes her way over to Huck. Derek is also turned into a pincushion and falls unconscious. Brave Sir Huckabus attempts to distract the elves and then runs away. Left alone with no Huckabus to lean on, Sophie takes two arrows and falls unconscious. Screeching and shrieking intensifies, and Orion appears at the top of a large building. Huck hears the shriek say, "Never mess with one of Pelisor's servants," and a divine tactical nuke is set off in the middle of the camp. Huck is overcome with admiration for the display of fiery retribution taking place. Several elves are immediately overcome, and the encampment begins to go up in flames. Again, the shrieking speaks to Huck and instructs him to save his friend. Huck downs a healing potion and makes his way to Sophie. Orion keeps up his attack on the elves and notices Huck making his way over. Huck takes an arrow but keeps on. Huck saves Sophie, pulls her to a wooded area, and promptly immolates the elf who shot him. The remaining elf takes a shot at Huck and hits. Seeing his companions falling at an alarming rate, Orion attempts to bring the combat to a crashing halt by leaving off of his perch onto the surrounding palisade, and in midair hurls a bolt at a structural beam, causing the large building to fall to the ground, narrowly missing Derek. Upon landing on the palisade, Orion tackles the remaining elf, killing him. Huck has a brief crisis of conscience, but ultimately decides to use Sophie's last healing potion to bring her back to consciousness, rather than heal himself further. After the rest of the party gets dragged out of the encampment, Sophie turns to look at the destruction caused by Orion and sees all evidence of the encampment and its remains disappear. Orion goes back to where the encampment had been and searches around for his shield. While Orion's out searching, Huck gathers wood for the purpose of fueling a campfire and discusses the curious nature of their recent adventures with Sophie, and nearly secures her blessing to burn a town of his choosing to the ground. Eventually, after not seeing Orion return, Huck goes after him, leaving Sophie to watch over Rex and Derek. Huck sees Orion crouched by a tree and cautiously makes his way towards him. Orion seems to have no recollection of anything after the blue flame possessed him. Orion doesn't remember anything from the previous day either. Orion made a deal to save what he loved, and the result is the flaming blueness. Huck and Orion make their way back to the campsite with Sophie, Rex, and Derek, and Orion goes to sleep. Huck fills Sophie in on what he found out and takes the first watch. In the middle of the night, Derek bolts up, wide awake, has all of his possessions, and he hears a voice telling him he's awake. He has but a few moments before the gate will close. In the ruins, Derek manages to find the rest of the party's weapons, straps them to his body, and looks around for his companions but sees no trace. He feels a shadow cross over his shoulder and recognizes this shadow from when he was in Nowhere as a large demonic beast that he fought just a few days ago. Derek turns and sprints to the gate. Later, Huck switches the watch with Sophie, and the rest of the night passes uneventfully. Upon waking, Rex is awake but still injured, and looks like she'll need another rest or two. Derek wakes up in the camp confused and without his items. He stands up and tells the group he can lead them to their possessions. Derek leads the group to the clearing where the town had been the day before, explains the vision he had the night before. Despite not seeing anything, Derek is drawn to where the large building had been the night before, and everyone sees Derek's sword stuck, point first, into the ground. As Derek pulls his sword out, the gears in the sword turn, and a small, chest-sized portal opens through which the group's possessions can be seen. Huckabus grabs everything from inside the portal and throws it onto the ground, recklessly. As Orion walks towards his pack, it flies up, hits him in the face. In bemusement, he realizes that he can cause his pack to levitate, and he grabs it out of the air. As the party heads towards Neverwinter after this encounter, A discussion about the nature of his life and what it's like with so many missing pieces ensues between Sophie and Orion. Orion confirms to Sophie he's a drow warlock. After writing for the better part of the day, Derek sees an arm dangling from a tree and quickly points it out to the party. Derek halts the party, goes to investigate the arm, which came from one of 10 or so corpses scattered about. The corpses are dressed in Fey armor and the bodies look vaguely elvish, but slightly more exotic. The armor and the rest of their bodies are pitted by acid damage. So examining the area, Derek confirms that the Fae appear to have been attacked by a dragon of some sort. Huck and Sophie notice that the dragon footprints are larger than the prints of the dragon they'd seen previously in Thunder Tree. Sophie decides she wants to go and destroy the dragon in Thunder Tree, and everyone goes to Neverland. Huck goes to the Thieves District. Sorry. Derek goes to research. Sophie goes to, I believe it was the Floofy Floof area. And Orion and Huckvis head off to the Rusty Armpit. And that's where the party ended last week.
I think that may have been better than the adventure itself. Very nice.
Yeah, well done, Andy.
Have a point of inspiration. Now, not in an attempt to cheapen that, but I'm going to also give Jackson a point of inspiration because he's been extremely patient and enthusiastic today and yesterday.
I've been trying not hard, my hardest.
Very good. And he's going to remember to mute himself. Okay. So, Sophie, Derek, and Rexa are all off doing whatever Sophie, Derek, and Rexa do. Excuse me, and Orion as well, excuse me. Leaving us to focus on Huckabus. Huck, you did indeed, what are you doing in your little neck of the woods here?
What time of day is it?
That's up to you.
Is this right where we left off from the last time?
It can be then, or it can be later, whatever, up to you. Whenever you need, whatever works for your tale.
All right. Well, Huckabus went to the Rusty Bucket last night. And he tried to get Mara to talk to him again, and I presume she would or wouldn't?
She would not, but you get a feeling that she may speak to you next week.
Okay, so we're all polite and everything. Huckabus has a few beers, goes to bed. It's the next morning, and he's going to go speak with Cracker, Jay.
Okay, all right. You go over to Jay. You get in with no problem. Huck.
Yeah.
Charlie, you were here. You have such...
I'm here to see you about some urgent business.
Oh, really?
Do you know anything about the dragon?
I believe you told me about a dragon over in Thunder Tree.
Yes, that was some time ago, though. Have you heard anything else about it lately?
No. I get most of my news from outside the city from you.
Oh dear. Well, we came across some fays that looked like they had been in a scuffle with the dragon, but he looked bigger somehow. Or let me backtrack. His footprints looked bigger. I didn't actually see the dragon. We also fought a demon at some point. That was unpleasant.
Demon?
Yeah, I went home.
Huh. Went home?
Yeah. Where I was stashed before I came to meet you.
Oh, well, that must have been nice. Always good to go home.
It was unpleasant and miserable, and there were a lot of skulls. Look, here's a skull, and he pulls out a tiefling skull out of his bag.
You notice that he's not really looking at anything you show him. He's more giving you the the scan.
Uh-huh.
He continues to be scanning you as suddenly you realize that you look a bit different than.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Did that happen? And he kind of points at you and says, "Did that happen, Oh, one of these adventures you're telling me about?
Yeah, yeah. Did it rain here very badly recently?
Oh yeah, several days. Yeah, it was a mess.
On the advice of my uh, warlock friend, I went out and bathed in the tears of the gods, and the next morning I woke up like this.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think it's quite pretty, don't you?
Okay. I can see how some would think that. Sure. I'm glad you like it.
I don't know what it means, though. It seems very strange to me. My whole life I'm red, and then one day I stay out in the rain. I've stayed out in the rain before, of course. Working for you. Oh, the graveyard. You were going to ask if anybody in the graveyard would know anything about my mother's death.
I've been looking on that, and I think we've got some information for you.
Oh, do tell.
Not information, some leads.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, as a matter of fact, that's why I told you your timing was impeccable. I needed somebody to go into the graveyard, as a matter of fact.
Oh, do tell.
On a little project that might prove mutually beneficial.
Yeah.
You up for it?
Go on.
Fit and ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, I've got a fellow that's been around for a little while. I want to try out. I think he may have some potential. And then I've managed to acquire an old friend of yours, if I recall. I'd like you to kind of take them over through the graveyard and down into the crevice.
Is that possible?
I probably wouldn't suggest it if it weren't.
Well, tell me how to get there.
All right. So he describes to you basically the same thing that you saw last time you were in Neverwinter.
Footprints goes up to a fence. The fence is high. The footprints seem to keep going past the fence.
Yep. Basically, there is a secret way through the fence.
Yep.
He tells you how to activate that. Takes you on over. And there is again kind of a concealed entrance into the crevice. And he says, once you get in there, you'll go down to the bottom. You'll go about 3/4 of a mile north, and there's been a little cave-in happened a few days back, and it seems to have opened a temple from quite a long time ago.
Oh, I have bad experiences being in ancient temples.
Do you?
I have.
Time to fix that, right?
I hope so.
Your luck will no doubt even out.
Do you know anything about this temple?
Nope, just that it needs to be investigated.
Ah.
But I know about you. I trust that you'll be able to handle it.
Now, I assume you're talking about my friend, the big guy. You said you had two friends that are going to join me. Two friends of yours that are going to join me.
Oh, the big guy, yeah. Huge fellow, not so bright.
What was he? Skull Crusher?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay. And I hope that my other friend of yours that's going to be joining me has some kind of ability with the arcane.
You got that covered, don't you, boss?
9, I'm sorcerer.
Which is arcane.
9.
You're not intelligence-based, are you?
9.
Just pretty, I forgot.
Yeah.
No, your friend's a little more traditional, a little more like the folks, the standard folks that work for me. Likes to
I see.
stay out of the way and things of that sort.
Well, we will have Stone Crusher to run interference. Where is the big guy? I miss him.
I'll have him brought around.
All right. Now, you say you've acquired him. What does that mean exactly?
Well, I mean, you were there. Your buddy,
Not my buddy, you know that.
forfeited. You've taken to correcting me a lot lately.
No, I'm so sorry.
Interesting. Okay. As I said, your buddy, he kind of forfeited his life for a few gold coins.
Yeah.
For a few gold coins. And so he was acquired by your acquaintance Casimir.
Oh, when I said my buddy, that's who I was talking about.
Oh, okay. And I found a certain opportunity to acquire Mr. Crusher for you.
So you have his contract, yeah?
That's correct.
I see. Are you going to put me in charge of him? What if he runs away from me?
Don't let him run away from you.
He's a big guy. What am I going to do?
Use your sorcery.
Oh, I can catch him on fire?
Probably.
That's exciting, isn't it?
And
a friend of mine promised me that I could burn a city down.
Well, certainly a possibility. Plenty of cities that need it.
Oh, you just point me in the direction. Listen, there's this chap to the east named Tharnkill. Do you know him?
Name what?
Tharkill?
Tharok?
Yeah, Tharok.
Never heard of him.
No, you haven't. Okay, he's apparently a big boss man out in the east, question mark.
Well, let me tell you a little lesson, if I may, Hecavus.
Yeah.
Almost always, those who say they're a big deal are not. Keep an eye out for those who are actually pulling the strings.
People like you, my friend.
I would never say that.
I know. All right, so I need to meet up with these people and go into the graveyard, go past the graveyard into the rift, and then we will go down to the bottom, go 3/4 mile north, where there's a cave-in, and we're going to investigate an ancient temple.
That's correct.
If I find any gold coins,
Yes.
you'll get your cut of gold.
Of course.
All right, well,
No, the true value is in information.
I understand.
Bring that back to me, of course.
Yes. Excuse me. Yeah. Where do I meet this? Who is this fellow? Where do I meet him?
He should be here about the same time as your buddy.
Oh,
a minute now. That's right. I sent him to get him.
Very good.
And about that time, the door opens, and a halfling comes in, leading this behemoth of a creature behind him. It's a bit comical. Well, boys, this is Huckavus. You've probably heard of him.
Stone Crusher, so nice to see you again.
Hi, Huggavis.
Give me a high five, bro.
I did.
And he looks at Half and says, "You go ahead and introduce yourself."
I am. Hello, Halkovitz. I'm Mordecai Thorngage. You can just call me Mort.
Hello, Mort. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise, I've heard lots of things about you.
There are lots of things that are said about me, and some of them are true, and some of them are lies. And I'll be honest with you up front. I'm the one probably making up the lies.
They didn't mention the skin.
Yes, I'm Peppermint. Look, and he shows you the palm or the back of his hand.
It's certainly interesting.
I bathed in the tears of the gods, and they made me pepperminty.
Right. Okay. Jay, you didn't tell me you were going to be crazy. Well, this crazy.
I didn't catch that, Andy.
Oh. So, Jay, you didn't tell me you were going to be crazy, or at least this crazy.
Oh, you haven't seen anything yet.
I was wondering what happened with everybody else. like in the group before this happened.
Oh, where is everyone else right now? They're up in the rich part of town.
Is Rosebud still around?
I'm sorry, who?
Rosebud? Is Skyfall?
Nine. Well, we can go meet Skyfall at some point. She's around, but Rosebud, I'm sorry to say, had a very bad end of
Aw.
Manticore.
She was my best friend.
I liked her a lot too. I miss her sometimes.
She was annoying too.
Yeah, she turned into another person. The Fae had something to do with that, and she was even more annoying, and she was very unpleasant.
Mm.
And then she was sucked up into some kind of god scheme, and I don't know where she is now.
Mm.
So, my friends, are we ready to travel? Shall we go set off? Do the two of you need to gather anything before we go?
I think I should go say hi to Charlie. Because I haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go whenever you guys are.
Okay.
Jackson, whatever you said, I think you said you were going to look at Charlie. We're not in the room with. Darn
I
it!
said
I was muted.
I should go. Said I should go see Charlie.
Oh, you want to go see Charlie? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, we can go see Charlie. Sure. We'll have a nice pint before we head off into the street.
Yeah.
Okay, Jay. Is there anything else we need to know?
No. Just the usual. You don't exist if anything were to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, there's one more thing. Before I go, I need to tell you. There's a lovely human in Phandalin, and he is kind of running the town right now. Maybe you have some people that would reach out to him for some mutual beneficial exchange of information and/or goods. His name is Sildar.
Sildar.
Yeah.
He's a local. Yeah.
Oh, you know him then?
I know of him.
All right. Yeah. He's the mayor disappeared after I kind of made him disappear. I didn't kill him. Don't worry. But he disappeared. We don't know where he is. And since Sildar has been running the city, he was the one that you remember way back. You put me on the trail to Phandalin. See some people there. He was titularly he was one of the agents in that scheme. But the dwarves are running the full mines there now. Yeah.
My friend, I got your letter.
Yeah, very good, Zen. Very good, Zen. I just wanted to bring all that home. So, we'll bid you good day.
Good job down there. I didn't mean to not make that clear.
No, 9-9. I appreciate that.
Very good.
We'll go see Charlie, and then we'll be on our way to the graveyard.
That sounds like a fine plan. Always help to get a little fortitude before you head out that way. Eh?
Hakovus looks kind of up at Stonecrusher, and then down at Mort, and then at his own back of his hand, he says, "Well, we're quite a trio, aren't we? Let's go."
All right.
Please after them.
So you head across the district here, the little section of town, and Hakovus, you have become quite aware of these the attention that you're drawing with your new look. But you get to the Rusty Bucket with no issues.
As soon as we walk into the bucket, Huck is going to get his traveling cloak out of his pack.
Okay.
And he's going to have it on the ready, and when we leave the bucket, he's going to put it on and put the hood up.
Okay.
But meanwhile, he walks in and says, "Charlie, are you here, Charlie?"
And you hear from the back, who's that? Huck!
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome!
I brought a new friend and an old friend, and you know both these friends.
I believe I've seen the halfling around, and yeah, and you get that look on his face, and yeah, I remember your other friend as well.
Hi, Charlie.
Long time no see, Charlie.
You had some calling today?
Didn't hear what you said, Ken.
Oh, sorry. He said, are you nice and calm today? Talking to Skull Crusher?
Yes.
Let's keep it that way, all right?
Mhm.
That's good. What can I do for you guys? He says, looking back at Huck.
Well, bring us a round of ale. We're about to set off on a small adventure, and we want to get a little camaraderie ship with some nice ale. Yeah.
We can certainly handle that. Come on in, have a seat. Need anything to eat?
My friends, are you hungry? I had breakfast already.
I'm not hungry.
I could go for a little bite.
All right.
Look of us mutters under his breath. Is that a goal?
Not sure we got
I can go for a beer.
beer, all right. Huck, you want beer?
No, the usual.
All right.
And he hands him his adamantine. Wait, not adamantine. He hands him whatever that mug was.
Electrum. Yep.
Electrum. Thank you.
Yep.
Fill it up.
And how about you?
I'll just have a small pint, Charlie.
What?
A small pint.
Oh.
Of ale.
Okay, all right, very good. I'll be back in a minute. You guys seem to have the place to yourselves. You should be all right.
Very good.
So
Huck
you
of us.
scourge on back for a minute.
I assume that Huckabus has a table that he's accustomed to sitting at, and he's going to invite his two companions over there and say, "Please, have a seat. Tell me more about yourself a little more."
Is this the table that we sit at a lot before?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember this table. When Rosebud, she just stand on the table. She got yelled at. That was hilarious.
I'll stand on the table sometimes. The only if I
Sorry
need to
about
see.
that. The last thing I said was more to tell me about yourself.
Right. Not much to tell at this point.
It appears that I'm talking in a vacuum.
Well, we can hear you. He's
I
talking.
can hear you.
Sounds like your speakers are messed up.
Is there anybody out there?
Yes.
Yes, we're all out here. Carl.
Hmm?
Sounds like Carl's having technical issues.
Hello.
Can you hear us now?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, sorry. I had a failure of an electric cord, and I could not hear anything. So I was saying, is there anybody out there? And you guys were hearing everything. Well done, Carl.
Here's now.
Yeah. I can. What's going on?
We mostly stopped because you kept asking you.
Oh, sorry. The last thing I said was that I recall saying was, "So, Lord, tell me a little bit about yourself."
On my way to Neverwinter as a young guy. Got mixed up with the Thieves Guild. No, it's a living. I'm pretty good at it, but doesn't really do much for me.
You're a member of the Thieves Guild? Is that what you told me?
Well, yeah, that's why Jay sent me to work with you.
Oh, I see. That's very, very interesting. Do I need to count my fingers?
Oh no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do anything to you. Well, not unprovoked at least. But no, I mean, I'll do jobs and all that, and steal things here and there, but not for the thrill of stealing things. I mean, like I said, I'm good at it, but
You're strictly professional.
right, it's just to pay the bills.
Well, I understand that.
It is starting to get a little old. You can only steal from little old ladies so many times. Managed to avoid those for the most part, but you know how Jay can be.
Well, all things have a reason and a purpose. Oh, we haven't gotten our ale yet. Have we gotten our ale yet?
Yes, sure.
How's your ale?
Wish mine was a little stronger, but it's fine with that. I'm getting through with it.
All right.
But we don't want it too strong. We've got a job to do in a little bit.
Yeah.
I know, but sometimes when I'm kind of drunk, I kind of focus a little more.
That's fair. I think our two roles in this group would probably be a little bit different. I need to be able to keep my dexterity out, keep my nimble fingers.
I think that the ale is lovely, and the idea of another one is very enticing. But I will drink to good health of the both of you, and say, why don't we set off on our task?
Okay.
Cheers! And he holds up his mug and drains it in one and puts it away. Stands up and starts to put his cloak on.
Myrtle will finish off his. It's about half the size of Puff's.
Yeah, you got a half pint, sure.
Yeah.
Skullcrusher here, he finished his already.
And Myrtle will go walk in the door, kind of wait at the door.
Uncles, you're going to bundle up as...
Yep, as he's walking across the room, he's putting it on and kind of doing it. And before he steps out the door, he's going to put the hood on. But he turns around and says, "Bye, Charlie. Hope to see you soon."
Good hunting.
Yeah, thank you. And then, yeah, totally puts the hood on and walks out the door.
All right. So you head across the... Neverwinter. You make it to the graveyard, the cemetery. Mort, I'm actually going to say you've done this route before, so you're able to lead confidently. He takes you through the cemetery to the place that you discovered earlier that something weird was going on. There is indeed a certain combination of stones in the wall you can press that will make an opening in the wall, allowing you to cross through there without being observed. You go a little ways beyond that, and there's a false cover over part of the crevice that Mort again is adeptly able to identify and pull away so that you can quickly scurry below ground so that you're not observed. There are about half a dozen ropes secured underneath. I presume you're going to scurry down the ropes?
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll find the sturdiest rope and point it out to Skullcrusher. Skullcrusher, I think maybe you should use this one. I'll take the second, sturdiest one.
Right.
How far down is it, Ken?
It's about 100 feet.
I think I could try to I think I could jump and do it.
Jump 100 feet down? It's highly unlikely. You have some ability that allows you to jump 100.
No, I'm saying like I have on the rope, but then like I do like jump down the rope, then that.
Say that again. You jump down the rope and then what?
Like I go down like half the rope, and then I drop down.
I mean, for every 10 feet that you drop, you're going to take a d6 of damage.
Oh wait, oh yeah, that was stupid of me.
I'll remind you of the physics of the world.
Mhm.
Right,
If,
so
if it was like a 25 feet drop, I could definitely jump that.
alright, so each of you could give me 2 climb rolls, please.
What are those?
These are athletics.
Athletics. Oh, I have really good on this.
That's going to end well.
Oh my god.
Let
I
me know
got a
when you're ready.
natural 1. But it's a 6, so.
Carl, what up? Yeah.
19, and then, I'm sorry, 18, and then 8.
How about more?
Jeez.
Moore got a 16 and a nat 20.
Nice. Alright, so your first roll, Bone Crusher, was a 1. Is that right?
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so the smaller creatures begin scurrying down their ropes. Hang on a second. Oh, I rolled well for you. 20, 30, 40. You get halfway down before you lose your grip.
You talking about Huck?
No, I'm talking about the natural 1.
Ugh.
Oops.
Great.
Talk about jumping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you make a dexterity save.
Mhm.
DC of 12. Then roll that.
Hey, which one?
Dexterity save. DC 12.
Dexterity save.
Yep.
A 12.
Yep. Is that what you got?
Yep.
You're going to take 9 points of damage. Crash to the
Okay.
ground.
I know why I did that happen. Because I haven't been in the I've been doing this stuff a lot.
Carl, you rolled an 8 for your second roll, is that right?
That is correct, sir.
So unfortunately for you, you had scurried down a little bit further than your large friend. And the unfortunate part is that he bumps into you on the way down. So would you like to make me a dexterity save, please?
Yes, sir. Oh, boy. 10 minus 1 is 9.
You take 7 points of damage as you crash to the hard bottom of the crevice.
Alkovis swears in a language nobody speaks.
Mort, you managed to make it down without any such interesting consequences. Do we all have dark vision?
I think that everybody but Stonecrusher is not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't think I have dark vision.
What race are you again?
Goliath.
Right. Huckabus pulls out his magic torch and hands it to me. You'll remember this, my friend.
A little.
It's magic. It's all purpley fiery. It's fun, isn't it?
Oh, I remember that now.
So, which way is north, and you lead the way.
Okay. So I do.
All right. So you guys head north. You see, fairly regularly, well, not regularly, fairly often, you see the torch flickers off of entrances to the caves or equally old buildings. But these are mostly, it's pretty obvious to tell these have been either already been explored or are in some way they look quite dangerous. So you go about 3/4 of a mile. I guess the other thing that's somewhat important is you also see a number of corpses that have been picked clean, both of flesh and anything that might be you might hope is valuable.
We see a few skeletons then. Do we see any signs on this 3/4 mile journey of any recent activity, any recent people moving through here, anything like that?
Somebody want to give me a survival roll? What it is nowadays? Survival, I think.
I can do that. That's a 19.
That'll do.
There clearly have been people through here in the last few days. You're not able to determine that anybody's been here in the last 24 hours, for example, but certainly the last couple days there has been some activity down here.
Probably seeing some tracks and whatnot. Sorry?
They're heading in both directions.
Okay, so I'm seeing tracks. Are any of them particularly demon foot looking?
No, most of them look to be shoes and boots. I mean, conceivably a demon could wear that, but nothing of an unusual size.
Got it. Nothing like that guy that we met in Novel.
No, his prints would have been a bit larger.
How big is this chamber that we're in? How big is this passage?
Oh, it's an actual crevice. It's
Oh, so look up.
70 feet wide.
Say again?
60, 70 feet wide. It kind of, it shrinks and grows.
Right. So crevice. Does that mean we can look up and see daylight?
You could in the past, but they have magically popped to keep people from coming down here and messing around.
Doing exactly what we're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm good.
So as we're going, and after I've seen these footprints, I kind of like to pull off to the side and just try and go a little more stealthily, at least personally, as we're going through this crevice where other people have been recently.
Okay.
Oh, North, where are you going?
I just kind of want to get off to the side just in case anyone tries to sneak up on us. Don't worry, I'll keep an eye on you.
Huh. Carrying on.
So you find that at about the 3/4 mile mark, these footprints that you've been seeing actually lead up to this exact what looks to be a fairly new entrance or opening here, newly revealed doorway. Looks like they spend just a few minutes here, did not go in very far, maybe a few steps in, and then turned around and left.
As we look, so you use the word opening and the word doorway. Does it look like just a natural cave collapse and there's something inside, or is it like a doorway?
But both are actually accurate. Opening would be it's the as the wall kind of caved in a little, it created an opening which revealed a doorway.
Got it.
Yeah. So it's not like the perfect outline of a doorway, and it's not a perfect facade, but the stone that covered the front of this doorway has fallen away to reveal.
Understood. Understood. And it's an open doorway. It's not a. There's not a door.
There's a door. I'm sorry. There is a door. It is not fully closed, so it is.
Any engravings on that door?
It looks like there was something engraved on it, but it's hard to tell with the passage of time and the way this kind of this whole area seemed to have been encased in stone.
Is it big enough for Stonecrusher to fit through?
Yeah. You'll have to duck everyone. Like, to go through the doorways, you'll need to duck a little bit, but it looks like he'll be okay once he's inside.
Well, shall we, my friends?
I think we should.
Yeah.
The halflings don't have dark vision.
So only Huckamus has dark vision. Is that what I'm hearing?
Correct.
Okay, well, luckily y'all have a cool torch. Good job on that. All right, so who's leading the way?
I'm hoping Stonecrusher is.
Yeah, I will. It's Skullcrusher, not Stonecrusher.
Let me go in first just to make sure there's no traps, and then we'll let Stonecrusher take. Does that sound good to everybody else?
Okay, good. That's just Andy. You sound like you're in a tunnel, but now you sound much better.
Yep.
Oh.
It sounds really good to me.
Okay. So Mort's going to lead the way, followed by Stonecrusher, and then Huckamus cowering in the rear.
Huckamus is trying to hide behind Stonecrusher.
Hey, Mort, Skullcrusher, let me borrow that fancy torch real quick.
Sure.
Alright, I just want to go
And I look at Huckamus and say, Huckamus, what are you doing?
I'm hiding.
Why?
For reasons.
Okay.
So once I've got the torch, I'll skitter in through the opening that's there and just check to make sure there's nothing dangerous right inside the doorway.
Okay. The doorway opens into what is obviously like a temple foyer, kind of an anteroom. Each wall to your left and right has like a ledge at the top, and there are a number of statues, many of which are somewhat broken, a few of which are still in reasonably good state, reasonably good repair. You see a passageway through the back, kind of a doorway without doors, whatever that's called, which leads further back into the temple.
So I guess starting out, looking around on the floor, are there any like tiles that look like they move or could move, or any pattern or anything that looks like it would be a potential trap?
So you're kind of moving a little of the dust off the floor, right? Because it's pretty dusty down here. The first thing you notice, the floor actually isn't made of stone, as many would be. It's made of a smooth metal, which is quite unusual. It
I
seems,
agree.
for the most part, seamless, which also is maybe unusual for metal.
Is there anything lying on the floor?
Not in this room, no. Just I mean, a little bit of debris, occasional stones and such, but not.
Well, so if at some point I needed to like jump and not be on the floor, is there like a rock or a box or something that I would be able to jump on?
Only there's a statue's torso you
Like a
could hop on, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I just want to kind of keep an eye out for that, just in case anything happens. I need to jump off of the floor. I want to know where that is.
Perfect. Okay.
Um,
Go ahead.
oh. So if there's nothing on the floor, I just want to make sure that there doesn't appear to be anything odd with the statues up above.
Roll me a perception check.
Nat 20 again?
There's only something odd if you think that two of them moving is odd.
Okay, no, so everything's normal. All right. Hey, guys, it's fine. Come on in.
Yeah, okay.
Uh,
That was a
Sorry,
serious response there, FYI.
sorry, what was that, Ken?
That was a serious response there. There are
With the
two of them are moving.
Right. How come a Skullcrusher? There's things moving in here.
Let's kill him.
Stonecrusher's moved in, Huckabus is behind him, and he looks and he kind of mutters, "Wait, I've seen this before."
Can I see, like, what are they statues moving, or are there like people moving behind the statues?
Are there strings?
There are no strings on me. Hang on a sec. Oh. Hang on again. Doo-doo-doo. See how my performance works when I turn my video on. That.
Now, does that look familiar to Huckabus?
What are you thinking?
The demon in Novell?
Much smaller. Not scaly, but more.
And Skullcrusher says, those things I can kill.
More what?
I can kill them.
So, I guess we'll roll initiative. And only if you want to participate. Don't feel compelled.
Ken, you're breaking up. I can't hear you very well.
My connection is cracked. You've seen it, so I'll give it. Am I better?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with connection. I'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
Alright.
So did you want us to roll initiative?
If you want. I'm not going to force you to. That's
Oh
not
dear.
my style.
Are the demons you see, are the statues that look like little demons? 3 questions. How little? How are they moving? And what color are they?
They're medium size, so 6 feet, give or take.
Right?
They are kind of a grayish. And what was your last question?
Oh, how are they moving? You say they're moving about.
Right now, they're just kind of unwinding and uncurling from their crouching positions.
Oh, so they were kind of crouched down like a gargoyle would be?
They very much like a gargoyle will be, yes.
Okay. And Hucklevis in Abyssal is going to say, "Hello, brother."
And as Hucklevis tries to strike up a conversation, Mort's going to just kind of edge his way back towards the door.
Skullcrusher, he has his maul out already because he wants to kill these guys.
He's ready for it.
Yeah, he's ready.
What'd you get, Huck?
Initiative?
Yep.
2 minus 1 is 1.
Mort?
14.
Skull Crusher?
6.
Alright, so, the one that was on the left seemed to have uncrouched and has uncurled his wings. And he's going to soar down and attempt to cause Mort some discomfort. Doesn't that sound like fun?
I don't like the sound of that at all.
Excellent. Alright, so, first he will attempt to bite you with his steely teeth. I'm going to bet a 23 hits.
That would be a good bet.
5 points of piercing damage.
It's a 5.
5, correct. Then he's going to attempt to slash you with his claw while he's at it. I'm going to guess 20 hits.
Also correct.
And that's only 3 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And you get a turn.
Okay. I will use my bonus action to disengage.
Okay?
I will. Can I? And all right. So I use my bonus action to disengage.
You're going to hide behind Huck, who's hiding behind Skullcrusher?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how I want to do this. Actually, can I take a swing at it, then use my bonus action to disengage and run around and hide?
The only problem with disengage is if you do anything other than disengage. Is that right?
Right. No. So in a perfect world, I could disengage and hide at the same time. I know I can't.
Right.
So I'm going to attack, disengage, and just put distance a little bit between us.
But what I'm saying is, if you attack and then disengage, you're still drawing the AOO because when you disengage, you can, if you do anything other than move. Am I remembering correctly? I'm not the crunch guy, so please.
Right. I thought disengage allowed you to move away without triggering an area of an opportunity.
Okay, I tell you what, I'm going to let you do it. If you will, after you're done doing it, if you'll double check disengage for me, or
Yeah.
okay, so yeah, go ahead.
All right. So let me roll my attack. That's not great. So since I'm close within melee range, I'll pull out my rapier, attack. It's an 8 to hit.
It won't hit.
Okay. And that's my attack.
And then you disengage.
Right, and then I'll go and hide back behind the. So if there's a lip or a bit of a wall around the doorway, I just want to go to the other side of that, just so I'm out of view.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, successful. Skull Crusher.
Okay. So I already have my maul out. How far away are they from us?
About 20 feet.
So I come in and charge in at one of them.
Right? The one that just gnawed on poor Moby.
Does a 13 hit? No? Okay. I miss.
The other one swoops down on you.
Okay.
Make yourself a flying target. Mute yourself, please.
Oh, sorry.
Alright, so I rolled 22 to hit both times. I'm assuming those are both going to hit. The second one swoops down on you and claws you twice as it swoops by, doing you 7 total points of damage.
To me?
Yes.
Ken, you said that was 7 points of damage to Skull Crusher?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Alright. Huckabus managed to roll the same one that the gargoyle did, but actually has a -1 to his dexterity. You can go now.
Huckabus sees these two beasties fly down. If I'm not mistaken, Mort disengaged? Question mark.
That's correct.
So where is that one in? Can you tell me where both of them are in relation to Huckabus?
They both are about 25 feet ahead of you, hovering about 10 feet in the air. Both are basically in combat with Skull.
Right. Huckabus is going to Ray of Frost them both. That's
Okay.
a twinning. That's a frigid beam of blue light, white light streaking towards, and he says, everybody, freeze! And the first one, he rolls a... I'm sorry, I should remember this better. A 17, 10 plus 7.
It's been a couple of weeks. I'll give you. That'll hit.
And the second one, he rolls a 12.
That'll miss.
Okay, so the first one takes... The first one's speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay.
And he's going to take 12 points of cold damage.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Ha 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 ha. Punny.
Unintentional, but I'll accept the credit. Okay. A big chunk of what passes for flesh kind of cracks. All right. So the one that you just hit, Huck, he glances at you, but decides he's going to stay focused on the hand-to-hand combat here. Does a 15 hit you, Skull Crusher?
That's a miss.
All right. Well, he misses with a claw and a bite because I rolled double 15s. Mort.
All right. So first, I guess I double-checked. Disengage does let you move away without triggering an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
The usual rub is that it usually counts as an action,
Okay.
but for rogues, at second level, they get an ability to use it as a bonus action.
Oh, that makes sense. So yeah, so normally you normally couldn't attack because it would take your action. So that's fine. Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, are there any of the gargoyles that are they both in the melee range of Skullcrusher?
Yes, they are.
Okay. Um, I will run over to whichever one's closest to me. The one that's currently engaged with Skullcrusher, and I'll take a sneak attack on him.
Can you do that? If it's up in the air, what exactly does?
Would it be within melee range of me, or is it
Uh, how tall are you?
3 foot or 3'3"? But
They're probably not. They're 10 feet up. So unfortunately, I don't know that they would be melee range of you. Carl, you're willing to jump in?
I'm sorry. You're asking me to jump in on what?
All right. So Mort is 3 feet tall. The gargoyles are hovering at 10 feet.
Yes.
So can he melee with them?
With a really good acrobatics. I mean, because you're looking to jump 6 feet in the air at that point.
right.
Unless you have a 6 foot long sword.
I do not.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It would be comical and fun, but
It would be hilarious.
Can you not sneak attack with a missile weapon?
right. So yeah, if I can, I'll just instead of running out, I'll just stay back where I was and just shoot with a hand crossbow.
Yeah, Sonya does that all the time.
Okay. So that's what I will do. So on my attack, it's a 23.
That'll hit.
So 26.
I will assume things being equal, you'll attack the wounded one.
Yeah. So that's 4, 7 plus 4, 11. 11 points of piercing damage.
All right. You give it a good solid shot, but it seems less effective than you would have hoped.
Okay. And then
Go ahead.
with my bonus action, since I've already disengaged, can I use my bonus action to hide?
I believe you can. Yes.
All right.
And you can roll it if we need it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds
That way I'm not influenced by what your roll was.
Sure.
All right. So Skull Crusher.
Okay. My turn?
Yep.
I try to hit it again.
Okay.
A 18 plus 5.
That'll hit.
Okay. No, I'm using my maul, so 12 points of damage.
Another good solid blow that doesn't do quite as much as you were anticipating.
And my bonus action, I'm using second wind.
Yep.
When I protect myself from harm on your turn, use a bonus action to regen hard hit points.
Okay.
So I do D10
Okay.
plus my fighter's level. It's a 5.
All right. Very good.
It's a,
9 back.
now I can't use it again,
All right. So a short rest. But
or a long
you
rest.
can use it now. Yep. Cool. Well done. All right.
And at the end of my turn, I say, "Can you guys help me here?"
Someone reacts to your cries,
Working on it.
but unfortunately for you, it is the other gargoyle.
Oh, great.
17 hit you.
Yes.
It's 6 points of bite damage.
Oh,
One of your big ear.
hey, now my ear.
Yes,
6
and all of them
points?
hit. Six points, that's correct. He attempts to claw at you, but he misses. Huckabus.
Huckabus Nowhere is going to Ray of Frost, the one that he hit last time.
Okay.
This is just a single shot, and he misses with a 10,
That's
I
correct.
presume. Okay.
Yes.
That was Huckabus's turn.
Well, very exciting.
I know!
All right. More Skull Crusher chewing on, I guess. Oh, well, it was going to miss. The wounded gargoyle is clearly off balance by his status. Mort.
So since I'm hidden, it should be another sneak attack, or I mean, since he's engaged, it should be.
Okay.
So I'll attack the injured one again.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Damn, son, that's 3.
I know. I haven't ever rolled this many. I don't think.
That was your very first roll in this game. You rolled a nat 20.
I know. It's payback for the slap fight night. So that's. So I roll. You want me to roll the dice twice or just double it, Ken?
Roll them twice.
All right. $11, $14. So it's 22 plus 4, 26 points.
Ow. Fortunately, his hard skin makes it a little less unpleasant. Ow. All right. He looks. He's bloodied. He's not looking very happy. Skull Crusher.
I'm gonna hit the one that Moore just hit.
Yep.
This guy has to get out. That's a miss.
All right.
Because it was a 9.
That is a miss. Right. The
Hey Moore, you got it.
The unwounded one will he'll strike at Skull Crusher again.
Great.
Not the smartest bulbs in the pack. 16 will hit you for 6 points of damage.
Yep.
As he bites your other ear.
So what was the points?
6.
Okay.
Huckabus.
Huckabus Nowhere is seeing Skull Crusher's ears being chewed on, and he kind of snickers a little bit, and then he says, "Bring on the Vitch!" and he Vitch bolts the one that's not damaged, or the one that's taken the least damage.
Yep.
Boy, I hope this hits. That's going to hit with a 16 plus 7.
Yes, you're correct.
Sweet. That's going to be 7 points of Witch Bolty goodness.
If it could scream, it probably would,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't.
Well, fair enough.
Skull Crusher, continually soaking up the damage.
Hmm.
Yeah, you soak up a lot this time. You get bitten for 5 and clawed for 8. So 13 total on the injured one. He's gone, obviously, he's gone into...
Yeah, he's not looking so good right now.
Mort.
I will take another shot at the most injured one.
All right.
That's a 14 plus 6, so a 20, not natural.
That'll hit.
10 points of damage.
Nibbling it down, but he's still got fight in him. Skull Crusher.
I'm
Okay.
trying.
It's fine. Is that one still on my is this still biting in my ear or not?
There's one biting your ear, and the other one just hit you like in the forehead and clawed your left arm.
Okay. I'm gonna use my trident and try to stab the one down my ear.
Okay.
A natural 20.
That'll hit.
That's a 25. Oh. And that's a 1d. So I do it twice.
Roll all the dice twice. Yep.
Okay. Hope this is good. Okay. So 6, 9, but I have a great weapon. Oh wait, I'm not using a two-handed weapon.
Okay.
And that does 9 points of damage.
You push it back from your ear a bit, it'll have to come back in and start feasting again. Which, of course, as read, it is its turn, so it will do so. 14 misses, right?
Yes.
You'll take 4 points of biting as he nibbles on your ear again. Switches back to the left.
How much?
4.
4.
Does he have an ear left?
It's looking kind of cauliflower now, but it's still attached.
Okay.
Huck. Gargoyles are not gargoyles. Gargantuans are known for their sturdy ears.
Okay. Huckavus is still witch bolting, so he does not do 17 points of damage because you don't roll a d20 for that. He does 3 points of damage. Lightning. Pew pew.
It's quite a variable.
That's quite a spread there, right?
Yeah. All right, so the other gargoyle will tip the bite and claw some more. Oh my! All right, so he bites you for 5.
Okay.
You're still up, so he's going to crit you with a claw. Take 11 points.
11 points of damage.
11 points of claw damage. Yes.
Just
Mort.
Take another shot.
he does not. My guy does not look good right now.
That's why Mort's shooting at you. He's going to get your XP.
Ha! So I'll take a shot at the most injured
Yep.
gargoyle.
Yep.
It's an 8 to hit.
Not quite going to make it.
Not quite. Okay. And then for my bonus action, I'll hide.
All right. Skull Crusher.
Okay. I bet you this is gonna be my last turn until I'm. So. I'm gonna be using my action surge.
Okay.
Because I pushed myself to my normal limits.
Yep.
And I swing with my maul.
Okay.
And that's a miss.
Okay.
Then I try to. Can I hit him again?
Yep, you can. That's the action surge that you do. Yep.
That's a definite hit.
Okay.
Um, 9 points of damage.
Looking very ungood. Double plus ungood.
Then I yell already, I'm not gonna be here now. I'm not gonna make it. He just says that because he's not gonna make it.
That's a good reason to say that sort of thing. Alright, so now we're going to go with the ear biter.
God dang it, you biter.
16?
Hits.
3 points of claw damage.
I'm down.
Okay. All right. Then Huck.
I assume there's a loud kerplunk as Skullcrusher.
Yep.
But he's still witch bolting that guy.
And bits of
The witch bolt on. That's a
tumble
10
from
point.
above.
Huh?
I was just adding some flavor.
I missed your flavor.
Bits of debris kind of fall from the above your head and.
Oh dear.
What
Large.
did you do? I'm sorry.
Large bits of debris.
No.
Gravel and dust.
Yes.
He's maintaining his witch bolt, and he hit that guy for 10 points of lightning damage.
All right. Your witch bolt is much more effective than these melee attacks. Just FYI.
And you're telling me that's a gargoyle? I'm shocked.
All right. All right. So the heavily injured one. You're hiding, right, Mort?
I'm certainly trying.
Okay. All right. So he sees Huckabus. He's gonna swoop at you, Huck.
Right.
You're cool with that, right?
It is what it is.
How about an armor class 14?
Shield.
All right.
So no.
So he's aimed straight at your neck, and he comes in and bat. He's deflected at the last second. And the claw is not even close. Mort.
I'll take another shot at the injured one. Is
The injured one now is right next to you. You can switch to melee if you so chose.
Okay, so am I still hidden?
He wasn't looking for you, so I'm assuming yes, you're hidden.
Okay, so then I still get to use sneak attack then. Alright, so I will take a swing with my rapier.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Alright. 9 points of damage.
Yes. All right, he's looking rough, but still up.
And then with my bonus action,
More. Hang on a second. More. Roll me a perception check.
oh god, no. That's a 1. No, sorry, it's a nat 1 with a +3 modifier,
Okay,
if that matters.
that's fine. Skullcrusher, you need to roll me a death save.
Got the D20.
A D20. If you get a 10 or more, you get a check. Less than a 10, you get a minus. And don't tell us what happens. Right here.
Okay.
So the other one comes to you, Huck. $15.
Current AC with shield on until the end of my next turn is 17.
So he bangs off your shield as well. And it's your turn.
He is still witch bolting,
All right.
and that guy takes 8 points of witch bolt, and I'll be right back.
Okay. We'll wait for him to get back because I'm ready to go on him.
Nice of you not to kill him while he's gone.
Hey, that's how I roll, man.
You killed me.
Were you
Well,
gone? Every time I've killed you, you were right there involved in it.
Mm-hmm.
Back, sorry.
Okay. We waited because the really injured one is attempting to gnaw on you. So a 13, will that normally hit?
The shield has expired, and that hits.
So no new shield.
How many of those do I have? No. I should. I'm gonna. Yes, I'm gonna shield again. Damn it.
So that 8 points of damage is deflected away.
Right.
However, does the 20 hit you?
Shit.
You only take 6 from the
That's
claw.
fine. In order to maintain concentration, I have to roll a d20 and roll higher than a 6 question mark? Or is it higher than a 16 question mark? I never remember. Do you want me to look that up and we'll deal with it?
I want you to roll the d20.
Yes, sir.
See if,
18.
okay, so the number is irrelevant, and then you can look it up when you get a chance.
Fair point. Okay. And I took 6 points of damage, is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure. Mort.
Am I still hidden?
Sure. Don't worry about other things right now.
Then I'll go after. Are there any within melee range?
That one guy's still right there, yep.
All right, so I'm not paying attention, so I'll take another swing at him. That's a 25 to hit.
Yep.
6, 11, 15, 17 points of damage.
Wow. Describe how he goes down.
So I take my rapier, I slash across the already sort of crumbling body, and he just turns to dust as the rapier cuts through him.
Very good. You hear some clanging as he kind of turns to dust, but you don't have time to worry about it right now because you rolled a 1 on your last perception check. Skull Crusher, roll me death save.
Okay.
Right, the remaining. I'm sorry, Mort. Did you want to do anything else?
If I can, I will hide.
I don't see why you can't.
All right.
If it's a below a 10, it's a failure.
Correct.
Okay.
Right. Gargoyle, the remaining gargoyle will chew on Huckabus because it's fun. Carl, are you there?
Yes, sir.
I rolled 2 natural 20s. How cool am I?
Hucklevis is dead.
Luckily, they happen in order. So, the first one does you 12 points of damage. Are you still up?
Yes, sir.
You are still up. Oh, so you're probably not actually dead then. The second one does you 8 points of damage.
Hucklevis is looking terrible, but he's still standing.
Oh, that's not dead. Fibber.
I didn't say that he was looking good, did I?
I said he was dead.
I assumed he was going to be.
Don't make promises that don't intend to keep.
I can fudge the numbers if you want, DM.
How about you just take your turn?
Yeah, he's going to take his turn. And these guys are both right on him?
Well, no. Well, if you were paying attention, Mort took one of them down.
But there's one on Huck.
Yes.
Shocking Grasp. Lightning springs from your hands. And he goes, feels the power? And he's not sounding too good about it. And that's a 15 plus 7 to hit.
Yep.
That's 8 points of lightning damage. And it can't take reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay.
So Hucklevis is going to...
Run away?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's going to run towards the opening of the next chamber, not towards the exit.
You're going to run past Skull Crusher?
Is Skull Crusher down?
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna run to Skull Crusher and try and hide under him.
Wow.
Like a tauntaun?
Yes.
Mort.
So you mentioned I heard a clinking sound.
Yep.
Can I look around for that at this point?
Given the circumstances, it would require your action to look around for it.
All right. What the one that has been harassing Huckabus? Is he following him, or is he still within melee range?
He's still within melee range.
All right. I'll take a swing at him.
Stab him. Yep.
It's a 14 plus 6, so a 20 to hit.
Yep.
I assume I'm still hidden?
You were hidden. Yes.
Okay. Ooh, pretty good. 12, 19, 23 points.
Wow.
Yeah, rolling 2 6s on the 2d6s for sneak attack helps.
Describe your kill.
Same as before. I assume he's kind of off looking after Huckabus and pining over the taste he immediately had with Skull Crusher.
Yep.
So he's not paying attention, so I just jam the rapier through his stomach and he just crumbles around it.
Okay. Skull Crusher, make me a death save.
Okay.
Both of us.
Is there a beast left, or are they both down?
They're both down.
Huckabus is going to whip out his healing kit
Yep.
and try and stabilize Stone Crusher.
All right.
And he rolls a nat 1. That's a natural 1, Ken.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that doesn't succeed.
Pretty sure you're correct.
All right.
Can he also look around the room and assess if there are any more threats?
Well, I would say he probably could, except he's too busy trying to triage the damage he just caused. Even though that nat 1 kind of being a distraction.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't know what this crud I've suddenly come up with is here. Okay, Mort. Now you've got some time to breathe. You can.
Yeah, my curiosity is still piqued by that metal sound. Did I hear the same sound when I killed the second one?
You take a moment kind of to assess. And you look at the one that you just killed, and the first time that you have the chance to actually look at it, you see that now that you've pierced the outer layer, the insides are actually clockwork. And you kind of glance over to the other one, and you see that there are what you heard clanging were looks like a couple of gears kind of got pulled out and kind of clanged across the floor.
Okay. So I will make sure there's nothing like super obvious. So just kind of glance real quick, make sure there's nothing like flying right at me.
All right.
And assuming that's not the case, I'll run over to Skull Crusher and seeing the terrible job that Huckabus has done trying to stabilize, I'll try and kind of push him out of the way and stabilize him myself.
Okay.
Huckabus allows that.
You're trying to figure out why exactly Huckabus is sticking this baby rattle into the wounds.
Huckabus, I thought he said you were an adventurer. What do you do? Just move out of the way.
Yeah, you do your thing.
So that's a 7 medicine check.
You're not doing as bad a job as Huckabus was, but you don't do any harm at least.
Fair enough.
Skull Crusher, make a death save.
Okay.
Does Huckabus notice the gears?
I would say at this point he has not noticed them. Is he going to choose to look away from Skull Crusher in order to look for the gears, or?
Well, he's going to presume that this halfling has this in hand.
Right.
Yes, he's totally going to look around the room and assess if there are any threats and whatnot. Want me to roll a perception?
No. Now that you're you've got time. You can. It's pretty obvious. You've got a moment to look.
Yeah. And the gears are obvious.
Yep.
Aloud, Huckabus Nowhere says, "Oh shit, not this again. We're in very big trouble. We should get this big." And as he gets to the end of that sentence, he looks at the halfling, and he looks at himself. He's like, he realizes that there's no way they're going to drag Skull Crusher out of this room. So he instead, I guess, like offers a bandage to Marcus, Mort, sorry, to Mort, and says, "Here, try this one."
Should I check and try again with the new bandage?
Sure.
Better. Okay. It's 16.
All right. Are you still alive? How many failures do you have?
I'm gonna go out and take a quick shower.
I am.
Okay. You managed to stabilize.
I'm stabilized.
You're not dying.
My head died.
No, you're not dying.
Oh, I'm not dying.
You're rolling again.
Right. I'll be right back. I'm gonna
See, one more time I'm gonna hear.
You're gonna stay here. I'm gonna.
What would the conscious people like to do? We'll drop out of initiative.
Okay.
I'm sorry, what, Ken?
I said we'll drop out of initiative. What would the conscious people like to do?
Huckabus is going to say to the conscious Mort, "Listen, I've been in a temple before, recently. I don't know where it was, because we were kind of hopping across planes, and it had the same floor, and there were clockwork things everywhere, and they were much friendlier there than these two fellows. Prior to that, I encountered a demon that was sorting through all these little gears as if to collect them. I think that we've stumbled into the temple of the demons that make clockworky things, and I'm very concerned."
Concern sounds right. I mean, did you pick up any tricks in this past temple? I mean, I can probably sneak through some places, but
The,
you know what to look
the
out
big
for.
guy is down. Do you think that because I can be pretty stealthy myself, and we could sneak into the rest of the temple and just see what we see, and maybe there's no more demons going to attack us.
I mean, do you have any like healing potions you can
Nah.
give? What was that?
9. I have no healing potion.
None.
Yeah. No, I have none. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that we should leave him here.
Oh, he'll be fine.
I mean, I'm not worried about him running away.
Oh, right. Charlie doesn't want him running away. Sorry, Jay. Jay doesn't want him running away. Well,
Right.
I don't know what we can do for him.
So, Ken, I don't have it. Like, I didn't keep track of it when I was creating the character. If you would have healing potions, I don't know if that's a standard thing to start with.
You know what? I'll say you've got 2.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll spare one of the healing potions that I've got and pour it into the gargantuan, the Goliath.
Yep.
Pour it into his mouth.
Okay.
Huckabus looks at him and winks, and pulls out a healing potion and takes it himself.
Can I try and sleight of hand it away from him?
I don't think so. Not in this instance.
All right. I'll keep that in mind.
You can try to grapple him, and
No.
Archivist is pretty wimpy. All right. So,
It's not my style.
2d4 plus 2 for Skull Crusher.
2d4.
Yep.
If you're keeping track of our hit points, I rolled a 5 plus 2. Oh, fair enough.
I got a 2 and a 1.
Yeah, 5 hit
Okay.
Barbarian, my friend, are you better?
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, come, we need to explore the rest of this temple.
Okay. I think I need a rest. Okay.
Where you stand, buddy?
I'm saying I need a short rest.
Oh, well, I guess we could try and go out into the out there and do so. What say you, Mort?
Well, I don't know that I like being down here that much, but I think I might like being down here without a guy up front to take the hits even less. I think it's probably worth it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Take a little break and see if we feel any better in a little bit. So I think we're going to go back out the front.
All right, let's do that then.
I think we should at least try and like hide behind some rocks to the extent we can, just to be slightly less obvious in case anything comes up. And then I'm fine.
Well,
I can keep an eye out.
your options would be if you want to try to not be overly obvious, probably your best place to be would be inside the temple with that door closed. If you go out into your other option, you obviously could be not obvious outside, but two of you wouldn't be able to see anything. You'd have to hide the torch.
Right, only Huck could see. Huck looks at the door and looks back at Mort and says, well, we could just shut that door and hang out here. Keep our backs to the wall here. And he points to where the door is. And that way something comes through the back wall over there, they'll at least have some warning. And if something opens the doors, we'll have some warning.
It's as good an idea as any, I guess.
Okay.
I think it's a terrible idea, but let's do it anyway.
Right, yeah, I think there's really just no good ideas at this point, is what it comes down to.
So that's what we're doing.
Alright. Here's what I want each of you to do. I want each of you to roll me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma. Okay.
She better take it with her.
I got a 13.
Stay with the person collected if you want to displaced
You collect this.
Alchemist?
3 plus 8 is 11.
Mort?
17 plus 0 is 17.
You have a disorder called multiple
You
salivary.
got an 11?
It's a cancer, sir.
Huckavus.
Very rare, but
That's good for y'all, because 10 would have been bad. You managed to get a short rest in.
Oh, okay. So, do I do my hit dice for my hit points?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
I rolled 2 6s and 2 1s. Good for me.
I got a 1.
what do I have to do?
You can roll as many hit dice as you have willpower.
Oh, okay.
Variant? Since when is a physician of over coming in so?
That's a little better.
Oh, from the rib surgery? Yeah, and it's not a jar. It's a hold on.
You were cleaning and
What was that, Ken?
you don't have any issues.
I use one hit dice. This one.
Alice in her shoes. I have the same legs.
Who's snoring?
Oh, that's my mom.
And she.
Oh, don't be sorry. It's just funny. I'm like, wait a minute. We're all conscious and talking. Who the hell's snoring?
Forget it.
So we take a nice short rest and then we say, all right, let's carry on then.
Just as Huckleberry says those words,
You've been doing it
the
without me?
creature emerges from deeper inside the temple.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Just as you say those words, a creature emerges from inside the temple.
Do tell.
Dun, dun, dun.
What's up, Skinny Ken Face?
That's how I roll nowadays. This thing here.
Oh boy, that can't be good.
What the heck is that thing?
Whatever's coming out the doorway there. It has a book under its arm. Maybe it's like a library.
Well, in Abyssal, Huckleberry greets it.
And Mort would like to hide again. I'm gonna out-coward you, Huckleberry.
No, I wouldn't. I would fight that.
Okay, so you speak to it in Abyssal.
Correct.
You hear in a different language that only you can now understand, likely. What the hell are you saying? Why are you here? Who are you?
He's going to switch to common and say, "My name is Huckleberry Nova, and I came to visit." That's a pretty book you have there.
And you suddenly feel something inside your head.
Is it pleasant?
It's not necessarily pleasant, but it's not overly unpleasant.
Uh-huh.
You feel a presence in your mind. You should go. You're not welcome here.
Well, who am I addressing?
This is none of your concern.
I'm just curious about all things in the world, and you, my big spiky friend, you look very interesting. Now, only I am hearing this, and I'm speaking aloud. Is that correct?
You could try not speaking aloud.
No, Huckleberry wouldn't be that smart.
Okay. If you are interested in things of this world, then you have no interest in me. Be gone.
Say that again, Ken.
If you have no if you have interest in things of this world, then you have no interest in me. Now be gone.
Oh, well, that's very unneighborly. I was hoping we could be friends.
Quite neighborly. I offer you your life.
Oh, I like my life. What's in the book?
It's not for you to know.
Oh, dear.
I shall offer you one last chance.
Aloud, Huckleberry says, "My friends, I think it's time that we leave." And all this has been allowed, so you guys are probably puzzled as to why Huckleberry is babbling.
Yeah.
Maybe Stonecrusher, who's probably used to it. The babbling, that is.
Everybody make me a perception check.
I got a 11.
Your PU and creatinine elevation status were on the front, which could signal an autoimmune disease.
Mort?
I got a 12, and just as a point of clarification, so Huckleberry was speaking in Infernal at first, then in Common.
Right.
Was Spike Monster saying anything out loud?
It said something. It responded to the Infernal.
Okay. In some language I didn't recognize.
Probably not.
Silence, with Huckleberry occasionally saying something in Common.
Correct.
Okay.
You said you rolled a 12?
Correct.
And Huck?
13.
All right. All three of you can see that this book has the cover is covered in gears. And it's obviously quite old.
Huckleberry, you think Jay wants?
I've been told that we should leave or die. It's kind of up to you at this point, and Huckleberry is backing up towards the door.
The sooner or later the guy that this is going to seek medical attention when he does.
Okay. So what is Skullcrusher doing right now?
I'm just saying. He's just basically, he's just like, well, he has his mace maul out, but he's not attacking yet. He wants to fight this thing, but he doesn't know if he can.
Play a barbarian, brother. Play a barbarian.
I have a barbarian.
You guys can roll me a knowledge nature if you'd like. Or knowledge
What was it?
-17 -1 is 16.
What was the ability?
knowledge religion or knowledge
The king.
Yeah, speak. I'm done. The nurse outside. No, it's fine. It's going to be fine. I have a problem with that. No, I don't think so. Please.
I did religion, so it's a 12. Oh wait, 11.
What did you get, Huck?
16.
Right. This is makes sense. You would get it. You had thought that you were encountering demons. This is a devil.
Better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Exactly. Just FYI, it's a devil.
Okay, that's very confusing, and thank you.
That's why I told you what it was, because I knew it would be confusing to you.
Oh yeah, like I say, Huckleberry has said to his party, if he should just leave, and he's backing slowly, still facing the spiky guy, but he's backing away. And in his head, he will say, "Are you sure we can't be friends?
So what?
I'm going with Huckleberry.
Are you sure we can't be friends?"
I told you, I am being your friend. What was that, Jackson?
Hmm?
You were trying to say something, I'm sorry.
I'm going where Huckleberry is. I'm trying to run away too. I'm not fighting that thing right now.
So the rest of your group seems to be making a tactical retreat, Mort.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm still hidden. I'm going to stealthily make my way over to the exit and join them.
Okay. Actually, from your hidden spot, roll me another perception.
Everyone? Or
No,
just him?
Just Mort.
At 13?
Okay. Carry on. So you guys retreat? Make an orderly retreat?
Right. Once, if Huck is back as to the door, he's going to open it and slip through.
All right. The devil just stands there and waits for you to do your retreat.
Once he's outside of the door frame, he's going to, in his head, he's going to say, "Hey, have you seen my head, buddy?"
Yes.
I really do wish we could have a nice conversation.
What is it you wish to converse about?
My father.
Of what use can you be to me?
Well, I'm very good at finding information, and I'm very good at burning things out.
Really?
Yeah, I like to burn things.
And what is it you wanted to know?
My father.
What about him?
Who is he?
If I tell you, you will do something I ask?
What do you ask?
Oh, now is not the time.
I thank you for your time and wish you good day.
Well, good luck in your quest.
And you, strange spiky fellow.
I'm much closer after today, thank you.
Is he still in my head?
He's not responding. You think he might still be, though, yes.
Oh dear, okay. Has Stonecrusher and Mort departed?
I believe they're all following you, yep.
Okay. The door, is there any way we can jam it?
You could close it and, like, shove some debris, get Skullcrusher to debris it up.
Go pick up boulders and pile them in front of this door. As many as you can find. Chop, chop.
Okay.
Was that an okay, Jackson?
I'm going to say it was a yes.
Okay. Does he need to roll anything for that?
No.
I'm going to stand there and, like, every time he brings one more, I'm going to direct, like, put it here, put it here, put it here, until we've actually piled boulders all the way up the door.
Want to be friends, do you? A strange way of making friends.
One keeps friends close.
I, too, like to burn things. And you hear from on the other side of the door, thud, thud.
Okay.
Could I climb up over the archway? Just that I'm like up high, kind of
Sure.
hidden?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And after 3 or 4 of these thuds, the door begins to smolder.
And just a quick point of clarification. The door is wood, but the door, like, the arch is stone, I assume?
Right.
Okay, so, alright.
You will not catch fire. You're not in danger of any fiery damage at this point.
Alright,
I
just wanted to...
assumed that the door was metal. It's wood?
No, it's metal, as a matter of fact.
And it's starting to smolder.
Whatever the metal equivalent of smolder is.
Smolder.
Yep.
Yes, I don't really know.
It begins to turn red. How about that?
Ah, very. Part of Huckabus wants to see that as a challenge, and he wants to light fire to the door. Sure, why not? He's going to firebolt the door.
All right.
Can you do anything on the inside of that door without seeing it? Huckabus?
9. Oh, wait a minute. Oh no, this is even better. It's smoldering, but it's not flaming, correct?
That is correct.
Ah, darn it.
If you wait a second, it'll be flaming.
I'm waiting a second.
It's flaming.
I extinguished the flames.
All right. Clever boy.
I think you and I could be quite good for each other if we could have an honest conversation.
I believe we had an honest conversation.
Yeah, but you refuse to tell me what you request from me, whereas you know what I request from you. This is all in Huck's head.
I can't tell you what I don't know.
Well, what does that mean? You just want to hold a chit?
That's right.
Oh, what if what you ask me to do I find distasteful?
Come now, Huckabus. How many things do you find distasteful?
A few things, actually. A few things.
But such as?
Well, slavery, I'm not a big fan.
Off the table.
Interesting. Murdering innocents, not super keen on the idea.
Innocence. Innocence. Off the table.
I understand that's a gray area. I tell you what, may I think about it for a day?
I'm afraid I won't be here.
Ah, that's interesting. Where will you be?
I'm going home. I've got what I need.
What did you need?
Information.
Ah, that is power, is it not?
Oh, in this case, it is very much so power.
Again, what if I say I don't want to do whatever your chit is?
Then our conversation would not have been so pleasant, would it?
I see.
Well, here, let me ask you, what if I lied about your information you're requesting?
Honest answer?
Mm-hmm.
I half expected.
Then why would you wish to deal with me? Sounds like a very bad plan.
Well, you see, my friend, there's always the risk that someone is lying to someone.
Right. So you basically have to take a risk on whether you can trust me or not. Whether you can trust that what I want will be something you're willing to do.
You realize, DM, that as soon as I get an answer, I'm going to roll insight on it.
Sure.
Okay, Huckabus agrees. He says, sure. Tell me who my father is.
Exactly what are you agreeing to?
Tell me who your father is. And you will have a promise from Huckabus Nova that he will do a favor for you.
Who my father is?
No, my father. I'm sorry, Ken. I think I
didn't say anything. He's
No. I think I got crosswise. Huckabus is asking who Huckabus's father is.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
This is all still a mental conversation between Huck and the
Right.
devil.
Yep. The fire's out, and everything is quiet. Huckabus is kind of staring towards the hole in the door.
Okay. Huckabus, what's going on?
I think I'm about to make a deal with the devil.
As you say that, does that not sound like a bad idea to you?
That's a very bad idea.
Would you not look at me?
Yeah, I mean, you look maybe like a demon, but not like a devil, Huckabus.
What's the difference when you get down to it, little fellow?
There's a very big difference. The demon, for example, you hear in your head, would tell you a lie. There's a good chance of it. But I'm going to tell you the truth. I don't know. But I'll find you tomorrow, and we'll finish our deal.
You told me you knew who my father was.
Huh. You told me you thought I would be lying.
I find this deal unsatisfactory.
All right. We don't have to make it. Now, we do have to let me out this door.
Now, why would that be?
Well, because I'm coming out the door one way or the other.
Interesting. What are your intentions? What's your outside this door?
Well, I've got a hole in the door. So, your question to yourself and your party is, can you survive what I can send through that hole in the door? So that's up to you. I'll give you 5 minutes, and then I'm coming out.
Right. So, apparently, the big devil fellow wants us to move the debris so he can come out, but he's already got the
I
hole.
don't care about the debris. I just want you to go away.
He says that in my head?
Yep.
Huh. Okay, he turns to Skullcrusher and Mort and says, so the devil's in my head, and he wants to make a deal with me, but I don't think I like his plan. And now he's telling us we should go because he's going to come out, and if we're here, he's going to, murderify us.
Okay. That sounds bad.
I say, I'm out. I'm not doing that crap. Like, I start running.
You're running south, I hope?
Yep. Running away.
Archivist says to the halfling, well, we're supposed to keep an eye on him, so I guess we should go. Mr. Spiky Devil, we're leaving.
Farewell.
See you next time.
All right. Carl,
Yeah.
I want you to look at your character sheet for a moment
Okay.
and tell me what you think the the coolest thing on your sheet is.
I would rather make a new friend than a new enemy.
Okay. So, as you see Skullcrusher take off to the south, you kind of just instinctively reach out one last time to this creature, and you're able to see through his eyes,
Really?
and you see he's right now kind of just while he's waiting, he's idly looking at the book, and you can see the title of the cover. And it does, the first thing you see is clearly now you can see this, it's covered in gears.
Right.
But you can, for the first time, you can actually see what the title is. And the title of this book is World Ender.
Okay.
But then you have to get after Skullcrusher. So, Mort is headed off to the south now.
I'm trying to catch up to Skullcrusher. My little legs don't carry me quite as far.
Yeah, I'm pretty fast.
Ken, I apologize. I need to take about 5 minutes to move a mastiff before she pees on the floor.
That's reasonable. I'm going to do the same so I don't pee on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll see you. I'll be right back. All right. Anybody else back?
I've been here.
Trying to spell
The bladder of a 12-year-old.
It's cool. I'm trying to spell it for other people.
You're doing what, Andy?
Trying to spoil the surprise of the story for other people.
I might have to. Yeah, I think it's been going really good. And if like I might be doing this more often, I don't know. We have to talk about it.
Hey, Jackson, I can't understand what you're saying.
Like I was talking to Ken, and like Lisa's not going to be playing anymore. I might be taking her like her spot, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
It's because it's nothing much.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back.
It's okay. I was just looking up Lincoln speeches. I was just going to start reciting one in Hucklevis's voice.
So, you scurry away?
Well, as the boys are running away and Hucklevis is lingering behind, he gets this flash in his head, and in his loudest, commanding German voice, he's going to shoot a fireball towards, but hopefully not hit Skull Crusher. He's just trying to get his attention, and in his strongest German accented voice, he goes, "Everyone, please stop! Halt!"
What?
Come back!
Why?
Do you come back?
Yeah.
What?
He asked why, but then he said he came back.
Huckabus says, we can't let this stand.
And I'm coming back.
I'll jog back towards Huckabus as well.
In a low voice, once they're back, Huckabus says, now I don't know if my friend is still in my head, but I don't think I feel him there. But he's got a book on him that we need very badly. And when he breaks his way out of there, we have to kill him.
Fine with me.
Could we just steal the book?
Would you like to try to steal the book?
I mean, I kind of like the book. It seemed pretty fancy.
It is that. It is very dangerous to be in his hands.
I think we should kill him.
That's the spirit, barbarian. Shit, that was a lot of dice.
What was a lot of dice?
I thought you just rolled a lot of dice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So Huckabus is going to say, let's take up positions a little ways back from that door. Maybe something we can hide behind and watch and wait and see what happens.
I'd like to climb back up where I was before.
You're going to go back to the door, climb up above?
Yep. Is there a ledge above the door?
I mean, you can get back where you were. You certainly can. I'm just saying right now you're a little ways down the crevice. I'm asking if you're going to, by yourself, go back.
I thought we were all heading back towards. We were going to take up positions near the door.
I guess what position are the rest of you taking? How close are you getting back to the door? What was your...
As Huckabus walks back towards the door, he's looking kind of on the opposite side of the crevice to see if there's anything he can hide behind.
There's plenty of debris.
What?
There's plenty of rocks and debris. You won't have a problem finding a place to hide for a short period.
Okay, that's exactly what he's going to do. If possible, like 60 feet away from the door. No, wait. How far does dark vision go? It's 30 feet and 30 feet. That's correct. I think that's correct. So about 50 feet away from the door, he's going to see if there's something he can hide behind.
Okay.
I'm just going to try to find the best hiding spot for my size.
Okay. So after about 5 minutes, you all feel a presence in your head. So this is your choice.
What was that last bit?
You all hear a voice in your head. So
Correct.
this is your choice.
I'm a little uncomfortable, he says in his head, with that book you're holding.
You don't have to hold it. See how convenient that is?
I'm a little uncomfortable with it in your hands.
And you believe that you can take it from me?
If we try our hardest, we can do it.
Do you say that aloud?
And
I say that in my head.
you can hear each other. Basically,
That's what I say that to everybody. If we can believe ourselves, we can do it.
oh sweet Beelzebub. What a bunch of garbage. But hey, we'll do what we got to do, I guess, right?
So be it.
Huckabus, can I attack this thing now?
Well, you can't see him. He's still behind the door.
I will go near the door.
Huckleberry ain't gonna stop you.
All right.
Should I have my weapons out for it?
Sure.
Keep your eyes on the
Okay.
What's your armor class, Skull Crusher?
A 16.
Controlling my mouse here. All right, as you get about, you get from the boulder and take your first step towards the door. You're still about, we'll say, 50 feet away. Two balls of fire shoot through the hole in the door and explode in your vicinity. Neither one manages to hit. But,
I say to everybody else in the group, can you guys come near there's fireballs coming. Okay, guys, I need you.
Guess we should go into initiative now.
So, quick question, Ken. I don't know if I managed to get back up on top of the door where I was.
You are.
Just wanted to double check.
Yep. A valid question. You are hidden above the door.
I got a 16.
Huck.
19 minus 1 is 18.
And Mort.
14 plus 4, also 18.
All right, Mort, it's your turn.
All right. I would like to hold my action until and I guess the trigger for the action that I want to take is once the demon's body's all the way through, if he still has the book.
Yeah.
I'd like to try and jump down, sleight of hand the book away from him, and then run.
Okay.
I don't know if I can store all that, but.
Okay. Yeah, while you're waiting, if you double check the wording on sleight of hand, make sure you can do it. Make sure that makes sense. Okay.
So normally, all right. So I'll double check sleight of hand. I can use it as a bonus action. That's kind of what I was counting on. But I'll double check what sleight of hand does.
Yeah, just to be sure. All right. Appreciate it. All right. So two more balls of fire come out of the hole. Do you burn, Goliath?
Hmm?
In your head, do you burn, Goliath?
Yeah. I don't know that. You mean, like, do I get set on fire?
That seems to be the question of being asked in your head.
I believe so.
So an 18 hits, right?
Yep.
Both of these balls of fire are going to hit you.
Okay.
The first one does 10 points of damage. The second one does 8. Huck.
Now, those are coming out of a hole in the wall in the door, is that correct?
That's correct.
Ugh, that's awkward. So I can't actually see him at all, can I?
You can make me a perception check.
Yeah. So I can't actually see him, can
That's correct.
I rolled a natural 1 again.
All right. Oh, you see him.
I see him?
Yeah, he's up there hovering above the door trying to hide.
I'm going to firebolt him.
Okay.
I rolled a 19. Or it's 12 plus 7.
You'll roll with disadvantage because he's hidden.
13.
Does a 13 hit you, Mort? I assume
No, 13 just misses.
firebolts you.
You see a firebolt go past you. Hits the wall to your left, let's say. Actually, probably to below you.
I'd like to find a bigger piece of rock to try and hide behind, if there's any up there. Something like 3.5 feet tall.
Some of those on the ground, not so much up there where you're climbing around now. Stone Crusher, Skull Crusher.
Okay, my turn.
Wesley Crusher.
I'm charging at him.
Hey, you get to the door, there's a big bunch of boulders and stuff piled up in front of you. You get to the door where there's a big bunch of boulders piled up in front of you.
Can I try to kick one of them, like push them out of the way?
Roll me a strength check.
Okay. Wow. That's a 5 with a natural 1.
You managed to twist the ankle.
Oh, God.
The movement will be reduced by 10 until further notice. The movement is reduced by 10 until further notice.
Okay.
Or
All right, so I caught that Skull Crusher's movement's reduced by 10. Did any of the rocks move? I missed that.
he attempted to get some good footing to get leverage, and it looks like you're pretty sure he twisted his ankle, at the very least.
Okay.
A natural 1.
Ah, wonderful. So real quick, sleight of hand check is to determine whether you can lift a coin purse off another person or slip something out of another person's pocket. If that, to me, that would let me try and take a book out of someone's hand, but depending on how close he's holding onto it, it would make sense not as well.
Okay, well, we'll worry about that when that time comes. Okay, that
Okay.
just start. Okay.
So
So
sure.
it doesn't appear that he'll be out of the door anytime soon. Plus, he seems to be enjoying sitting in there fireballing.
Sure. Okay. Can I? All right. So I'll scamper down. Get about. Are there any boulders I can hide behind about 20 feet away from the door?
Assume that whatever you need is there.
Okay. So I'm going to hide behind a boulder where I can peek out, still see into the hole that he created, and I'm going to wait until a firebolt comes out so I can see where it's coming from, and then I'm going to try and shoot a bolt into that area.
Okay.
So I don't know if that will get rid of disadvantage or not, but that's what I'm going for.
Okay. Hang on 1 second.
Just setting out game for a second, Ken. Is this like the final fight of the session?
The final, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. I was just asking.
It's the final countdown.
No singing that song.
It's the final countdown.
Ba-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da.
I was joking.
Nice.
You're welcome, Jackson.
No problem.
All right. I did not want to do this. You hear in your heads. Hang on a second. And you hear no one speaks Infernal, right?
What was it?
Neither Stone Crusher nor Mort speaks Infernal, right?
That's right for Mort.
Puckovus actually does.
Okay. Well, you would have understood it anyhow, so it's all good. You hear in an Infernal. A deep sigh. Just somebody doing something they absolutely don't want to do. Oh, Dark Lord, summon me from this place. I have succeeded in your mission. Damn ear bite. What is it? Earworm?
Mm-hmm.
Why does my cursor keep disappearing? Alright. And you roll me a perception check, Mort.
That's going to be a 14.
Alright.
Yeah.
You see a flash of light inside the room. And your heads are now empty.
He just swears in common. He goes, "Gott and damn, he got away. Skull Crusher, are you on fire?"
Maybe.
But what if we do like a peanut butter based cake and everybody's on some fun?
I think I broke my ankle.
I can hear a television in your voice, and it's all a big wash.
My cupcake is a banana.
He thinks he broke his ankle.
Oh, is he on fire?
Are you on fire?
Yes.
Puckovus puts out the fire.
Thanks. Can you fix my ankle?
9. Let's move these boulders and go investigate.
So, just real quick, I was waiting on a fireball to try and shoot. Did I get a chance to shoot when I saw the flash of light?
Sure.
All right. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
Do I roll damage, or is that pointless?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay. So that's 6. Would that count as sneak attack damage or no?
Sure. Why not? He was distracted.
That's not necessarily the answer I wanted for. Okay. 12, 16, 20, 32 points.
All right.
Glad I used that. All right, so 32 points of damage is what I got.
Very good. We'll get to the results of that in a moment. All right. So while you're doing right after you do that, Huck moves over and puts out Skull Crusher's fire. Skull Crusher, you're going to move these boulders with a bum ankle?
Yeah, I was gonna see if Puckovus can try to fix it. But,
Asked him when he said no, he's not going to.
No, he actually said no, he can't.
No, he can't. Sorry.
yeah, I will try.
Right. So after some time, you manage to get the boulders out of the way. You get the door open. You go inside. There's a faint stench of sulfur and brimstone now in the room. You see a section of this creature's barbed tail is lying on the floor, with a kind of a black ichor pouring from it. seems to have been pierced by a bolt. Is that right? Is that what you use, Mort? A bolt?
Yeah, crossbow bolt.
Yep.
Hand crossbow.
Yep. Seems to have been clearly severed by a magnificent crossbow bolt shot.
Well, I guess we can take this back to Jay.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Let's go into the back and see what happens.
Okay. Long story short, you go in the back. There's an actual shrine type area back there. It is clearly dedicated to Derek's new friend. There are some living quarters. You can collect, let's just say, nice round, about 100 gold pieces worth of various lootage.
But no papers, no books, no documents.
The only one of those that seemed to survive was what he took with him.
Right, okay. At the altar, Huckabus is going to walk up to the altar.
Yep.
And he's going to look at it. Is there any depiction of the character that Huck met in Nover? Not the...
Yes. Well, wait.
Talking about the person that's on your screen, right?
Yes.
There's a depiction of her.
Yes.
Okay. Huckabus is going to close his mind, his eyes, and kind of try and reach out with his mind and say, and I don't know if we ever learned her name. I don't think we did.
No, you did not.
Right. He's just going to reach, in his mind, he's going to reach out and say, "Are you there, friend?"
I have not heard from this area in a very long time.
You know who I am, right? I'm Huckabus Nover.
I do.
We've met, yeah?
Yes, we have.
You know who my father is, yeah?
Yes, I do.
There's a devil that just walked out of this place with a book.
The book from there?
Yeah, it said World Ender on it.
This is not good. That book was not for others.
Who was it for? This is all in Huck's head.
It's only for those that understand limits and responsibilities. Surely they do not.
I tried my best to take it, but let me tell you, if I'd gotten it, I don't know it would have been any better.
Well, would you recognize this devil if you saw him again?
Large, spiky fellow. Yes, I'd recognize him. He doesn't have a tail anymore. Or part of his tail is chopped off now. I don't know. Do devils regenerate their tails? That's a good question, isn't it?
In time, given time, he will regenerate it. But at least for some time, he will be marked.
He tried to make a deal with me. He wanted to tell me who my father was in order for me to do him a favor. But then he said he didn't know who my father was. I think he's going to come back for me tomorrow.
He may well come back for you. Don't know that I'd want that.
What was that last bit?
I don't know that I would want that if I were you.
I do not. Do you know who he is?
Not exactly. I know his kind.
I see. He called upon his Dark Lord to take him, and he disappeared.
Yes, you definitely don't want to see this fellow again on his terms. You've made him pay quite a price.
Oh dear. Well, he got away with something of yours, so maybe you can talk with our friend Derek at some point and give him a pointer or two. I don't know if I can contact you outside of this shrine that I'm standing in.
My recent return has made it easier to contact me for a time. But yes, you're right. This will not last long.
Any chance you want to tell me who my father is now?
I'd very much like to tell you who your father is, but
You mentioned that, yeah.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah, all right. Aloud, he's going to say to Skullcrusher and Mort, I'm in contact with the deity right now. It's quite fun.
Are they giving out boons?
I'm sorry, Indy? What?
Are they giving out boons?
Oh, I heard, are they giving baboons? And that's just like, what the hell is he talking about?
Those could be the same.
Right. I need help.
I don't know. I'll ask. Hey, lady, are you giving away baboons?
No.
I'm sorry. Hucklevis is just being silly.
I will give you a boon, however.
Ooh, I get the baboon? That's exciting.
If that's what you wish.
Oh, dear.
I do believe the time has come for you to find out what you're seeking.
Do tell.
Yes. I will do what I can to put the gears of fate in motion that you may find what you seek. This will, if I read things right, in the next few days you may know the answer that you're looking for. It is not too late to stop looking.
I don't think I'm capable.
That's fair. That's fair.
I do appreciate your counsel, sir.
I will see what I can get started, but I can't guarantee that I can stop it.
Very well. I thank you for your time and hope that you are well.
Thank you for the information.
Oh, dear.
We'll definitely have to find out how to deal with this one.
What do I call you?
I'm sorry?
What do I call you?
You may call me Lady Mackinae.
Rennie Macame?
Lady, Lady.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, my voice is almost gone.
No, it's okay.
Mackinae, Machine.
Yeah, okay, I was close. I spelled it a little different, but okay. All right, lady. I get it. That's funny. All right, Lady Mackinae. I hope to speak with you again soon.
I don't know if that will be a good thing or a bad thing.
I agree.
But you may speak through Derek if you're in dire need.
Very well. Thank you for your time again.
Yes. And please thank your friends. Tell them I will be looking over them.
Okay. Hucklevis turns to his friends and says, Lady Mackinae is going to be looking over all of us. She seems like a pleasant soul. She's a little concerned about this devil business, and we should probably go.
Okay, let's do that. I'm fine with it.
All right. So you head back to where?
Hucklevis was going to probably go to the Rusty Bucket and drink himself silly.
Okay.
I assume that.
Is that the first place?
Well, how much time did all this take? Is it probably late afternoon at this point?
Right.
No, he's probably got to go see Jay.
It's a good call.
Yeah. Got Skullcrusher to deal with, too.
Yep. Over the other two.
I might be going to look at a weapons person to see what they have out.
You understand that you are not actually free to just roam around?
I know. I'm saying, like, when we're done talking to Jay, I might see if Hucklevis can come with me.
So you're all going to go see Jay?
Yeah, I said.
Yeah, I'm gonna check out that too. And are there any of the Gears and Cogs.
We all head back uneventfully to Jay's place.
Sorry, say it again.
You all uneventfully return to Jay's place.
Okay. Was there a chance for me to grab any of those gears and cogs that spilled out?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. I'll just grab one or two of those as well.
Yep, no problem. So yeah, you get back to Jay's. You're back so soon. How did it go?
Well, good news, bad news. Skullcrusher nearly died, but he's upright and ambulatory now. That's probably the good news.
You're worrying me, Huck.
Well, the bad news is there's a devil on the loose.
The devil.
The good news is we did explore the temple that you wanted.
Okay.
The bad news is that the devil took whatever was in the temple.
So you don't even know what was in the temple?
Oh no, we're pretty sure we know what was in the temple.
What did he take?
It was looked like a book. I don't know that I ever saw. I don't know that I ever heard the name.
Gesundheit.
So out of character, I think. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think anytime the name of the book was mentioned, it was all in Huckabus's head.
Probably.
I think that's...
So back in character. So yeah, so he took a book. It was real fancy, Jay. But I mean, other than that, it was just a book. It couldn't be that bad.
The book could be very bad. That's all you know about it? Just a fancy book? What did it look like?
It had gears on it.
Gears?
Yeah, depictions of gears. And in fact, look, we killed two little nasty flying beasts, and show him the gears. More.
So I'll take out the gears that I picked up from the floor and kind of hold them out in my hand.
How bad can that be? I mean, what are these? Trinkets? Child toys?
That's what I was trying to tell you, Jay. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Oh, I also found this, and I pull out the tail.
Ah, that was the devil's tail. You chopped it off with an arrow.
Yeah, it seemed like it'd make a good souvenir.
I respect your souvenir collecting powers. One day I'll show you my souvenirs.
I kind of remember your souvenirs, Huckabus. They're kind of weird.
That's a lot more worrisome than any silly gears or book with gears on it. I agree. That probably.
On the loose. It does not sound good.
Right. So, why don't you deal with it? Sounds like a good plan, right?
I'm sorry, say again?
I said, so you're going to deal with it, right?
Well, if we see it again, but it said a prayer to its Dark Lord and poof, disappeared.
Really?
Yeah.
So if that thing pops up again, I think we need a lot of people. We need, like, if we're not able to do it.
Don't you normally have a lot of people with you, Huckabus? You seem to have quite the
Yeah.
disciple.
I can't understand a thing that Jackson is saying, and when he's not muted, I can't understand you can.
Okay.
What just happened?
Setting aside what Jackson just said, because my voice is almost done.
Go on, man.
He says, Jackson said, I'll take it back. Jackson said, next time you saw the devil, you should have a lot of people.
Oh, because we have a big party. Got it.
And,
Yeah, well, if we do that.
and then Jay said, you normally travel with a bunch of people. You seem to have quite a set of disciples.
Disciples, that's a strong word. I have a strong set of companions, and I hope to reunite with them maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day.
Uh-huh. Well,
They're up in the rich part of town right now.
I'm not sure that'll be possible.
Why is that?
While you were gone, I had a request
Oh, do tell.
for your presence. Yes.
Oh, dear.
Jay's wife. Excuse me. Charlie's wife was asking about
Yeah.
if you were available.
Oh. Well, I was planning on stopping at the inn this evening anyway, so I'll just go over and speak with her.
Well, going over the inn. See how things go.
Oh, dear. What are you not telling me, sir?
I'm not sure she's going to be comfortable talking to you there. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is, but yeah, she definitely is ready to talk to you.
I see. Well, I'll go talk to Charlie and see if we can work something out.
That sounds fine.
I say something to Jay. Is there any way I can try to get my freedom back?
Keep doing what you're doing, Crusher. We'll talk about it in due time.
Okay.
All right. And what about you, Mort? You have a good time?
So what was that last thing?
Did you have a good time and with your new friends?
It was certainly more interesting than the jobs you usually send me on.
I figured I could see you were a little bored.
You know, I've been thinking about exploring outside of Neverwinter.
Thinking I may end up with a whole group doing that eventually. But and he looks you straight in the eye, Huckleberry. He says, "I don't know anything for sure, but I do know that I suspect that I'm going to need somebody for the next little while to look after my interests, shall we say, with Huckleberry's friends. Think that's something you could handle for me?"
I think I could keep an eye on things for a while.
All right. So we'll make that your assignment until further notice. And again, if I'm wrong, then we'll reassess it.
Very good. I've got to tell you, I like this little fellow Mort. He's a stand-up guy in a fight, and he seemed to disappear quite a bit, but I understand that's probably his nature.
You know how halflings are.
I've heard that he's capable, so I wouldn't send you out without somebody capable. You know that.
Yeah, look, and he points over. I assume that Mort still has in his hand the tail. He's like, look what he did. He chopped the tail off of a devil with an arrow, for God's sakes, a bolt. That's all it what took.
That is extremely impressive. All right. So Jay kind of nods, as if we're done here.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see you, friend.
You guys have a good evening.
Is Stonecrusher free to come with me?
He can hang out with you two guys for now.
All right. We'll be over at the Rusty Bucket.
All right. So you head over to the Rusty Bucket?
Now, for the life of me, I can't remember if that's the actual name or if that's the name that Lisa kept using, so that now I have it accommodated as the name.
I think that's the accommodated name. It's the Smelly Comp.
It was the
Yeah, I
Smelly
think
Comp,
so.
but at this point, I'm just sticking with the Rusty Bucket. Maybe at some point Charlie had a thing where he under same management, but kind of tried to spruce the place up a little bit and change the name. I don't know. Anyway, that's where we're headed. Yeah.
So you get there.
All right. Walk in and say, "Hello, Charlie. We're back."
Oh. Well, welcome back. Charlie clearly has a look of Concern's not the right word. The look of someone who has bad news to deliver.
Right.
I didn't think you'd be back so soon.
Yeah, well, here we are. Go ahead and here's my mug, and he hands it. Please fill that with ale for me, and tell me what's on your mind.
Says, all right, yep, I'll do that. He says, I got a word from one of your friends earlier today.
Oh, do tell.
Yes. What's that pretty little girl's name? Sophie?
Yeah.
Apparently she had a spell of some sort. Passed out, eyes rolled up in her head.
Oh, this is not unusual.
Well, the Ogmans took her in. They and the Tymorans tried everything they could to revive her, but they haven't been able to do so.
Is she still alive?
She is alive, but totally unresponsive.
Oh dear, that's not good. She must be in communion with her patron. I don't know if I should have told you that.
I didn't hear anything.
Fair enough.
I don't hear anything.
She's over at the Temple of Tymora, is that what you said?
She's with the Ogmans, I think.
Oh dear. All right. I don't know if I'm welcome there, but maybe I will go see her tomorrow.
Probably should tell these two where to go and such, because I don't think you'll be going to see her tomorrow.
Why is that?
Because you've been wanting to talk to my wife, right?
Yeah.
She's decided that she will talk to you,
I see.
but not here.
I understand that.
Not you partially understand it.
Of course.
Not here in the Rusty Bucket,
Yeah.
but in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I presume so. Where do I need to go?
You can just head out the back. She's out there waiting for you. Gather your things.
Very well. He turns to the party and says, because they've overheard all this, I presume.
Yep.
It seems like for now our partnership is going to disperse. I hope to see you, my friend, soon. And if you would tell my other party mates, Stonecrusher, you know Sophie, but tells them where she is and that they need to go visit her and make sure that she's all right. But I must depart.
Yes. And tells if Sophie says or tell her I said I'm still here.
So Charlie says, if you folks want to get together with Huck's other friends, I can make that happen. I can have them let them know you're here.
Yeah, mostly.
Anything you guys need? You're a little tired. You had a big day, I assume. Something to eat, something to drink. I got some rooms for you.
Huck is left. He's gone out. Okay.
As you're heading back, you got to go behind the bar. Charlie takes your arm and he says, "Hang on a sec." He fills your mug up again.
Thank you, friend. You're always very good to me.
Try.
So before he heads out,
I managed to make it you can, but I don't want to make it much further. Any questions or anything? Otherwise, I'm going to wrap it up.
So I guess, did you say Huggles had already left?
I mean, you can interact with him for a moment if you want before he goes. Yeah.
Okay, so as he's heading out behind the bar, Huckabus, put to keep an eye on you. Don't make me regret you going off on your own.
I'm sure it will all work out well in the end.
Very good. Way to win this time.
I'll keep an eye on your friends in the meantime.
Do so, do so. They're good people. They will like you, little halfling.
I bet you they're gonna they might not, I bet you they don't know me.
Try this. If this magic chocolate cupcakes comes out dry, we're screwed.
I don't know that anybody left actually knows you,
And like no pet.
except him.
Oh my god.
So cool. Well, I'm gonna wrap it there. I'm gonna kill the live feed. Goodbye, everyone.
Good night.